What's up, everybody? Hey, how you doing, Arnie? Hopefully everybody's doing good tonight. It's another hot day. Let's see. Make sure I got this other on the YouTube taken care of. Hey. No, I didn't have it. Got it now. That way I don't have to get the feedback. Oh. Oh. Well, as you can tell, I got my saw back up on the table over here. The other window unit, I've already got it put in storage on the shelf. Got the other shelf. I had to do some work on it, so basically rebuild, do a little cutting and trimming, this, that, and the other. So be ready, I need to wait till today, that way the glue and everything dries. I've got the window AC unit, the one I had sitting over here. It's actually sitting outside the door, sitting on a little chair. At least that way I've got some of the heat and everything getting out, but do have some of the cold air, and then I've got my little fan over here trying to redirect it. What's up, 710? How you doing? Appreciate you being here. So hopefully everybody had a good weekend, especially all the fathers out there. Oh, yeah, I'm fixed to get two-wheel bike back. Almost $500 to get everything fixed on it. And a lot of that was getting done while it was up on a lift, and that's one thing I don't have. I know that would have made it a lot easier, but I don't have one. Yep. It's I think we hit triple digits today, and we're going to be doing that basically the rest of the week. Yeah. So that was fun. Of course, here comes my better half.
Who is not going to have camera on tonight.
How come?
What happened the other day?
Yeah, I know. All right.
Yeah.
There's Cajun.
Hey, Boo.
What's up, Mater? How you doing, Miss Crystal? Everybody in chat, 710.
It's been a day.
Yeah.
Getting better, but it's been a day.
Yeah. Yeah, I went going back to the ophthalmologist this morning for a follow-up and said everything's looking good. Only thing is she put some drops and kind of dilated my eyes. So I had to wait for all that to go back to normal so that way I can go back to work.
Hi, Arnie, 710. How are you guys doing?
Most of the time when they dilate your eyes, which when I go there, I wear reading glasses. The glasses they subscribe to me was seeing far away. So I don't wear glasses. Prescription.
Yeah, well, my biggest problem was I didn't know they were going to do it, and I drove over there by myself.
Yeah, well, bad thing is that it lets in a lot of light, and it usually takes around 14 to 16 hours for your eyes to come back.
Well,
it takes me about 4.
4 hours? I wish it would be that for me, because I don't know if they drops or what.
And Breezy.
Hey, Backwoods boy. Hey, Breezy.
Hey, Breezy, Backwoods.
Who wants a truck full of chocolate?
Crystal.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
Yeah.
Hey, let me see. Oh, boy.
I'll take a pallet.
Chocolate pretzels.
She don't care as long as it's chocolate.
Yeah. After my weekend, I'll take a pallet or 3. Arnie, I like the haircut.
Yeah. Hey, Briggs, I'll put like this.
Actually, I just got out of the shower.
Yeah.
I'm a wet pad.
Yeah. But I feel like this, Briggs. After the weekend that Crystal and I both had, you could give her chocolate covered marshmallows and she wouldn't care.
And I hate marshmallows.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She wouldn't care. She'd still eat it.
Exactly, 710.
I drove my Buick to Cleveland, Ohio, towing my Toyota, and sold my Buick for $28,000,
Nice.
and then towed back an '85 BMW 325M.
Wait, look.
That's not easy to find.
So you got rid of one POS and brought back another.
Hey, I look at it this way. If you knew anything about cars, you wouldn't say that, but that's all right.
Hey, I know a lot about cars.
Honey,
You don't know anything about German engineering, buddy, because the BMW 325M is one with that straight six they got. It's one of the best engines they have ever made by any manufacturer. There's some out there with over 2 million miles on it, just like my Audi.
Oh yeah.
The Audi, that 1.8 liter in my Audi is a legendary. They built that 1.8 for over 50 years now.
Hey, Briggs. Hey, how's your leg feel? Because I'm yanking on it.
Oh, that's fine. I don't care. I'm just telling you. You're not the only one that yanks me on it. I've had people call it gay car. I've had it called gay car, that Audi. I've had it called Barbie car, hairdresser car. I just consider the source. And most of the people that don't know nothing.
Hey, I'll be like this. There's nothing wrong with that German engineering. I mean, look how long the Volkswagen Beetle was in production. And that was done by, and look at Porsche. That was, that's the same company that the guy started Volkswagen.
Yeah.
Actually, if you want the truth of the matter, Hitler started the Volkswagen. He commissioned it. He wanted it his way.
Yeah, but Ferdinand Porsche was the guy that designed it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we're talking about the guy that has got all your Porsche cars. He's also the same guy that started. He's the one designed and had the Volkswagen Beetle built. I mean, it's like your the Carmen Ghia and the Porsche. Was it the Carrera? Basically, same car, just different badges on it.
The Carmen Ghia and what?
I think it was the Porsche Carrera.
There was differences. Yeah, not a lot though.
Right, but you're talking it was basically the same car, just one had Volkswagen badges on it, the other one had Porsche.
Oh yeah, that and I bought an Audi TT.
Yeah, and they basically had a Volkswagen engine in it. There's really no difference between the Volkswagen and the Porsche engine.
Okay, I'm getting underwater echo from you guys.
Sorry.
Oh, here, Arnie. I know you would like this.
Wow, that's turning out nice.
Oh, it's each block, each color is 8 rows. I've got to finish this one and then 2 more on the white, and then I'm going back to black.
Yeah.
I love my daughter's boyfriend.
Rick, I was going to say some of the other engines. I mean, look at Mazda, how popular the RX-7 was with that German Wankel engine. That rotary was nothing more than German, design. Hey, Gabby, you're being quiet tonight. Gabby's not Gabby. Yeah. I don't know how she got the name Gabby because she's so quiet occasionally.
Calm down, buddy.
Gabrielle. Because he was wondering why we call you Gabby. Yeah, because that's her nickname, she said.
Yeah.
She said, "Don't." She
Well,
don't like Gabrielle. She likes Gabby.
Gabrielle. Hey.
Well, like I said, for the nickname being Gabby, she's being quiet.
Yeah, she was playing a game earlier.
Ah,
Come on, guys. Only one thumbs up.
that's all I got.
Yeah, and I just gave it to you.
No, I hit it earlier.
Which shows I only got 6 people watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's lit up blue.
Okay, now it says three thummies.
Yeah, it's
Alright.
probably got to catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it's been hot here today. It's been in the 90s and it's humid.
Well, we had, I think we hit triple digits today.
And it's no, I'm not gonna look. I'm not looking forward to this.
Yeah, we hit the triples today too. With the heat index, you know.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
this is actual temperature.
Tomorrow is going to be 97 without the heat index. The day after, 98. The day after, 99. And the day after, they think it might hit 100 without the heat index.
Yeah.
That's unusual for early summer in Louisiana.
And tomorrow here going up to 98. And that's without the heat index.
Yeah. Where are you at, Arnie?
I'm in southeast Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's very unusual up there, up
Yeah.
that north for this part of June.
Thank you, Backwoods.
Yeah, actually, if you Google Walmart, New Berlin, Wisconsin, they'll give you approximately where I am.
Okay, Arnie.
Yeah.
Can you switch computers because now you're sounding odd to me.
Yeah.
Probably because of my fan.
Okay.
His mic's breaking up. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say
Well,
something
for
now.
me, I was going to say, I'm looking at the weather forecast. Right now, it's saying low is going to be like 76, but tomorrow is like going to be 100. 99 on Wednesday, 101 on Thursday, 104 on Friday.
Oh, that's way too hot.
104 on Saturday, 103 on Sunday. Oh, we got a cooling trend. It'll be in the upper 90s starting Monday.
Yeah. Cold wave.
Yeah, we're really got a cold wave. It's only going to be 97.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Got a cool front coming through.
Glad I got those tank tops. Had you buy me those tank tops?
Yeah, and then back to 100 on Friday, 101 on Saturday, 100 on Sunday, and then back. Then the following Monday going to be another 100 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Our great niece came for a couple days, and her and which is Gabby's cousin. So Missy and Johnny needed to go to Walmart. He had brought the Jeep back, and then he went on ahead and stayed over since we was gonna cook something. Anyway, they all went to Walmart together. Johnny needed to go get a couple things, so Johnny put the money in for the swimming pool. It's a family pool.
Yeah.
And you blow it up, then you fill it with water.
Yeah.
A good sized pool, because Johnny, Missy, and Gabby and Riley were in it, and they still had room. So that's how they cool off. They hit the swimming pool.
Yep.
Yeah, we had one of those blow ups, and then our dog one day put a hole in it.
Okay.
Hey, Arnie, we're still getting like a reverb and everything off your mic.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I won't have one of those pools here.
Hey, Mark.
Because of the dogs and cats in the area. We put it up and then go
Yeah.
maybe use it the next day. I've got more cat hair, leaves, feces, and urine in it than I would actual water.
Oh, dang.
There's about half a dozen cats running around the neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
And
Hey, Mark Julick, how you doing?
there's at least one dog. Hi, Sarah.
Hey,
Hey,
Sarah.
Sarah. Hello, Sarah.
That knows how to get in the backyard, and it's a medium-sized dog.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you hear that guy cussing, swearing at me? I deliver a load, and I'm like, hey, we don't need this crap. I said, you're killing the messenger, buddy. I'm just a pickup guy.
Oh, I didn't hear anything of this.
No, me neither.
Muted.
Well, I muted it before he when he started. It's like, don't yell at me, buddy. I just delivered the shit.
Yeah.
Her school work, and I'm doing my crochet work. So when she's done, she'll join me.
Well, one thing I was going to say I got done over the weekend is I wanted rerunning the electrical, and I wound up rerunning the internet cable. That way, because like I said, I was going to see about getting this opening. Let's get the camera that way you can see it. But anyways, like I said, right there, I got the electrical all taken care of because where this outlet here was at, it was sitting over here. Okay, so I added this one, piggybacked off of this one up here. That way, this one's got power. But what I'm going to do is I'm wanting to see about putting that window unit right in this area. Okay. The only concern that I've got is where I'm going to put it. I got the monitor right here, and that's where the camera sits. I'm hoping that it doesn't interfere with the camera as far as the noise and everything.
Oh, it might.
Yeah, no, that's the only thing because right now I've got it actually sitting on a chair outside the door here, so I got to wiggle my way around just to get through. Like I said, I've got fans sitting over here to try and help blow some of that, cool air over here.
Yeah, he had fun earlier getting his 200-pound self out that door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
Yeah.
and I know one thing is that on Wednesday I went going to that gastroenterologist, and they got me the appointment set up for the colonoscopy in August.
Yeah, it's the 18th.
20th. The 18th?
Yeah.
That was the 20th. I'll look at it again. Don't matter. I know it's the middle of August. Okay. But anyways, if anybody's been through it, you've got that liquid you got to drink to help clean you out the day before and everything.
Yeah.
I got that message back from Walmart. How much do you think that thing cost, that prescription? Crystal already knows.
Prescription for what?
It's like a
colon cleanse.
Yeah, it's that colon cleanse.
Oh, my surgeon doctor told me just go to Walmart and get some magnesium citrate. No prescription, nothing. That's just a few dollars.
Okay, Briggs, you've had colonoscopy twice. How much is that colon cleanse medicine? You ain't paying attention, Briggs?
What'd you say?
I said you've had the colonoscopy twice. How much is that medicine for that colon cleanse?
I got insurance, so it's about $90.
Right. Well, I don't have insurance, and I got the message back, $142.50.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, and of course,
Inflation is that.
I'll be
Yeah,
back.
of course, I don't have insurance, so yeah, that's full price. Okay, but that's having the good RX discount on it.
Huh.
Well, I talked
Just,
to the
Pharmacist.
pharmacist at Walmart. He told me to get there was a different one. I can't remember what,
Galliant.
something like that.
I just know it's GALL something T.
Right. But anyways,
Okay.
he
All
winds
right.
up. Arnie, okay. Arnie, you sure
Got
to
him.
switch?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got him.
Okay. Thank you. But anyways, he told me Gavalite. That's it.
That's it.
Gavalite.
Yeah, I want to switch, get off my phone.
Right. So he told me to have him send that over. I said, how expensive is that? He goes, he looked it up. Oh, $21.
yeah. They're like Magtrate. Magtrate's not expensive.
Right.
No, you go to Dollar General and you can get them for like $1.25 plus tax.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dollar store's got Magtrate too.
Yep, you just gotta look on the bottom row.
Yeah. But it's yeah. When he told me that, it was like okay. So when I got back from going to the optometrist this morning and everything, while my eyes were kind of going, trying to get back to normal, I got a hold of the
Hi,
doctor's office.
Kelly.
Hey, Kelly. But anyways, they wound up getting that done, and it's like, okay, good. When they told me $142.50 for that from Walmart, going,
Hi, Kelly.
wow.
Yeah, because I know I would, if I had to pay 150 or 130 or whatever to get a colonoscopy, I would tell, and I didn't have no other choice, brand to go to. I'd
Right.
say, no, no, I ain't spending that much money to get a camera,
Not that phone.
check out. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? No.
Sarah, don't tempt me. Trust me, don't tempt me.
But anyway, my doctor told me just get some Magtrate. They got it at dollar store, Walmart, whatever.
Yeah.
The reason I say Walmart earlier because that's where Johnny gets his from, Walmart.
Yeah.
Johnny,
Yeah.
he just believes in Walmart. He doesn't even have a Walmart credit card. If he had a credit card, that'd be a different story. Earning gas points, gas savings and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, but
Right.
I mean it's Walmart.
Well, I'll like this. That pharmacist said it's like 4 liters, and you drink like 8 ounces like every hour. Is that no? 8 ounces of it like every hour. But make sure you're close to the toilet for sure.
Oh yeah. Well,
Because you're going to be going.
that's without thinking.
Oh yeah. I
Put
might
it this
just
way, don't go somewhere where. Well, put it this way, just stay home.
I plan on it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be taking those 2 days off and everything. And matter of fact, after some things that happened over the weekend, I've been talking about, Crystal and I have that trip coming up in July next month. That's been canceled. Like 8 ounces. So yep. So we're not going on that trip to Tennessee.
Wait a minute.
Well, that's no fun.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'd like to go and everything, but I was showing Crystal. I mean, one thing we were discussing is the fact that how much is going to be in gas just to go out there on the bike one way. I was counting about at least 7 stops for gas going out there.
Hey, Maynard, are you sitting down partially?
Yeah, I'm sitting down all the way.
Okay. Guess how much it? No, I want you to give a good guess what it cost me to drive that Buick to Cincinnati, Ohio, with a 455 big block that was converted to fuel injection, towing a truck.
How many miles was that?
I can't remember. Just over about 9 something.
Okay. 150 bucks. I wish.
That's
All right, 300.
$675.
675. Damn.
Something like that. That
Wow.
target's about, because you figure gas is, I gotta use premium in it. I can't use the cheap stuff. And I was averaging 589 to 525 a gallon, and it only gets about 7 miles to the gallon on the highway.
Yep.
It's called Slurpee for a reason.
That's why you got rid of it, huh?
That and the fact I want to build my father's 68 Oldsdelmont 88 with the 425.
Yeah.
And
But right now, for me, I'm looking at now that trip was going to be about 900 miles, and I think I figured out it was going to be about $225 one way.
Yeah, just in gas, you said between $250 to $300.
Yeah.
Plus, then we have to do however much it is for food and stuff up there, and the food dinners on the way, plus the hotel room. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, because we're looking at least 2 hotel rooms. You know.
or more.
Yeah, hotel rooms go
Thank
usually
you,
about
Arnie.
150 bucks.
Arnie just shared you out.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Meter.
So,
Scout.
yeah, so I mean, just that trip alone, I was going to be looking probably close to $1,000 for everything. I'm not. Yeah, I got credit and everything on credit cards where I can do it, but man, that's going to be an expensive trip.
Yeah. It ain't worth
Yeah.
it.
And I told Crystal, you know, up like this, I made a trip a couple years ago down to Fredericksburg. And I think I spent about 4 days there.
Aw.
And I think round trip and everything was maybe around $500, $600, something like that. And that included a hotel room.
Come here, baby. Come here, Scout.
Yeah, well, you see, Mater, you just got hit with $500 to repair the bike.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
So that blows your trip money there that you had saved up.
Hey, Cajun, that's on the other bike.
Yeah, I know, but it don't matter. That just blows your trip money that you were saving for your trip.
I know.
I ain't talking about which bike that you're going on or which bike got fixed. I'm just saying you had a bad, a big repair bill. It didn't matter if it was for a motorcycle. It could have been on your truck.
Oh, yeah,
You know?
I know.
It didn't matter what it was. You had to come out of pocket $5 something, and that's the money you had saved up for your trip.
Yeah.
Yep. But I mean, now that was some stuff that needed to be taken care of. Just have been kind of getting put off here and there on the bike. So yeah.
Okay, Scout's a happy puppy. She got her cheese.
All right. But yeah, I mean, with the price of gas, and it's probably going to go up more by next month, so I could be looking at a lot more money and everything. And I'd like to, I still like to go back out to the hill country and everything and show Crystal that. I showed her a video and everything of it. She goes, oh, wow, that's nice.
You know, Cajun, what do you? I think Maynard needs another $50 trim, don't you think? He's screaming for money. So I mean, I think he needs a $50 trim. What do you think?
What? Shave
Yeah.
it all off? Shave it all off again?
Yeah, I think he needs a $50 trim. I mean, it's 3/4, got 90% gone. I mean,
Come on, camera.
Yeah.
This was how much we paid for gas.
Ooh, $66.50 for 13 gallons.
That's damn.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
How much was the price per gallon?
Give me a second.
That's almost $6, huh? About 5.80,
512.
5.12.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah, this was how much gas was here.
He's saying
5.09.
basically 510. Yeah.
Yeah, 5.10. Yeah, with the 9.9. Yeah, 5.10. Dang, it's like 4.19 here. Which, hey, that's still expensive.
Yep.
For down here, but because I think it got to 4.39 one time, and that was it. Then it started going back down, got down to 3.89, and started going back up again for some reason.
Yeah, it was a few places today. Gas was like from 480 to 497 to 485. It varied from station to station here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We paid $5.79 per gallon. We got $108 worth. That was how many? 20 gallons?
A little bit
Wow.
over 20 gallons.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
And
That was in a truck
Saturday.
Saturday, and we've already burned up over half the tank.
Yeah. When I went and got home in Lejeune last Thursday, I think it was. I think it was Thursday. We left here, went to Basile, picked him up, went to pay his bill, one of his finance notes, and went to the pharmacy. And Basile ain't but like 8 miles down the road. Okay, well, not from the house, but from like Walmart. Basile's
Right.
about 8 miles. So went from my house all the way to Basile, came back, picked him up, came back to town, then went to the pharmacy, then went to Walmart, then dropped him off, came back home, and he put $20 worth of gas in the Jeep, and that
Yeah.
just about. And then Missy went to Mamu and back, and that used up $20. And Mamu's faster to get to my. Well, it's a little bit faster to get to Mamu than Basile.
yeah, my sister bought another house in Florida, and demanding I move down there. That'll
Yeah,
be fun.
But
that's
I've been
another
knowing
thing. I
Homo
got-
a long time. Used to play music with him. He's a Cajun legend. He's a Cajun music legend. So, but I'm the first one he calls when he needs something.
And see, that's
Yeah.
also another thing that, another main reason why we canceled that trip. Because, I mean, I can get that, I think the 160 back. I can't get the deposit back. But
Well,
Chris and I are going to be making that trip.
Hi, Ben Michelle.
Here. Hey, Brother Michelle.
see, I look at it this way, Cajun. I'm not Cajun. Mater, I says, you could get an R50, trim your hair, and then your colon medicine will be free. Because I gave you 100 last time. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
man, I don't need a
Yeah.
trim
Hey.
yet.
All Crystal has to do, get a hot towel, a towel with hot water on it. She'll soak your head a little while on it with that towel. Get the shaving cream out and the razor, and you make your $50.
Hey, if she did something like that, it'd be more than 50. Hey, Randy.
Well, I didn't say you had to. I didn't say you had to do it with it. Shave it. I mean, you could take the same thing you did before, just spruce it up. I'm just,
Yeah, but he ain't got but a week and a half growth on it.
About 2 weeks.
No,
Or
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah. That's all.
He actually did on a Sunday.
No, I did it on a Friday.
On a Friday. It was a live
okay,
stream on
that's
Friday.
right.
It wasn't
That's
this
right.
past Friday. It was the Friday before, so it's a week and a half now.
What's up, Antonio?
Hey, Antonio. What's
Kelly,
up,
you
wanna meet?
sneaky person. No, she had a 200 subscriber giveaway draw,
And we
and I
didn't win.
won. I won.
Oh, you won it. Good.
Well, she had five people. I am one of them. I won, and I'm like, ooh.
Am I one of them too?
You didn't comment on her video.
Thought I did.
Not that one. No, I don't think so.
Oh. Well, wasn't it one that even if I wound up doing it, they would kick them up both out?
No. That was something else. Else.
Okay.
Hi, Antonio.
Hey, Randy.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I just had to come in here and say she's a little sneak. So I will be getting a package sometime in the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Yep.
Well, that's good, Randy. I don't know what you did, but that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't know what you did or didn't do, you know.
Yep. That's true. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe he took his cigarettes away. Either the cigarettes
And
or the cigars.
Kelly's sitting there laughing.
Yeah.
Oh, well, good news is she already has my address.
Damn, what you got, a back scratcher there on it?
Yeah.
You got one of them wooden bear claws?
It's a extendable metal thing.
Yeah, bear claw. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I said wooden, but
He
I
just
got you.
he got the updated version.
Yeah, he got the modern technology version.
Hey, I got the old-fashioned one.
A hammer.
Door
Oh,
jam.
hammer.
Nope.
Door jam.
She's in the bedroom.
Oh, okay. Me and my dad, we were carpenters, so we just take our hammer and do that if we had a hitch.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, like I said.
Now, that was on a job site though, because
Yeah.
you get sawdust on it, and that sawdust, it doesn't really itch, but it bothers you that it's there. You know it's there, so you just
Mm-hmm.
get the claw hammer and get the sawdust out the way.
Yep. Well, I wound up putting some more of what I call the redneck cologne on because the mosquitoes still want to be out here.
Oh well, Randy, if you clean the air filter, then what it was doing, you was using too much gas and.
No, it was a oil filter, not air.
Yeah. No,
No, the air filter, Crystal. Yeah. Please read it. The air filter.
Yeah, he had the air filter.
Cured it. If it
I'm
had
sorry.
oil on it, though.
Yeah.
So.
That reminds me. I got to clean the air conditioner filter.
I
Yeah.
apologize, boo.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a possibility. If the air filter itself had gotten soaked with oil, yeah, it'd be doing that.
No, actually, it depends on what engine. Not a Honda though. Not a Honda. Well, I don't know if some people use oil on their air filters, like Briggs and Stratton recommends.
Right.
But his is a Honda engine. So, some people use oil, and it traps the micro dust.
Right.
Okay?
Oh yeah.
So, if it gets clogged up, then it's restricting your air, and you're using too much gas, and that will cause it to smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Now there is one air filter out there that you have to put oil on it, and that's the K&N.
What? Okay. Well, the filters I'm talking about are for the air filters for the Briggs and Stratton sponge.
Oh yeah,
filter.
I know. I'm saying right, but those K&N air filters, they're a cloth type with the wire mesh and everything, and yeah, you're supposed to clean them, supposed to wash them and let them dry, and they got that oil and everything. You're supposed to
Put a couple of drops of oil in a
Yeah.
Ziploc bag and
No,
put that in there.
Quart bottle. It's an actual quart or spray bottle. You sit there and oil the whole filter down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The one Boo's
Yeah.
talking about, the sponge filter. I used to help my dad clean them, and he'd give me a bucket of gas, and I'd go in, scrub it, clean it, and let it dry.
That's how my dad used to do it, clean them in gas.
And then
What's
when
that?
gas hit $2, we bought kerosene for $1.50.
Clean what?
Hey, Sarah, if you're
sponge
Sarah,
air
if you're gonna
filter
go
on the
get
Briggs
tips
and
off,
Stratton
you gotta
engine.
bring it up for everybody.
I just cleaned up. I used Dawn dish soap for years.
No,
Yeah,
but we're talking about a Briggs sponge filter on the old classic engines.
Cajun,
you have
I know
to-
what you're talking about. You know, I'm not that much younger than you. You know, you gotta stop that.
Yeah, but
I
you
washed it with
actually-
Dawn dish soap. I said,
but-
yeah, some people use gas, and I said I use Dawn, and you said we're talking about the thing. I heard you.
No,
You
you
can
said,
use-
what are you putting oil, what filter are you putting oil on is what you said.
No, clean them with. I said.
Well, sure sounded like oil.
And to oil them, believe it or not, I didn't oil them with kerosene. I oiled them with peanut oil, believe it or not.
Oh, no,
Like
no, no,
vegetable
no.
oil.
I
It
cleaned them
don't
with
matter what
kerosene.
oil you use.
Sarah, you can keep my share. I'm not in the mood for salsa tonight. Oh, orange.
Uh-oh.
Same as these.
Yep.
Yeah.
That looks like a K&N style air filter.
Yeah, this is a K&N for a larger engine, but this one got clogged because these are the ones you have to oil. You have to use the recharge kits, and when the recharge kits, the oil collects the micro dust, so that way it doesn't go into your larger engine. But when these get clogged, you lose acceleration, you lose because it can't breathe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
'cause I got
K&N.
Yeah, and they make them in different styles. So this style is actually just a washable, but you can't oil it because it's not an oilable style.
Yeah.
Okay.
So some of them are washable and oilable, and some of them are just washable, and then you just throw it back on without oil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the first or second time you run the engine, depending on how you move it, it will get enough oil on it to work.
Yeah.
Correctly.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And if you use too much oil and it's dripping off the filter and you install it, then your engine swallows it.
Hi, Cool Garner Gamer. Sorry.
Hi, cool
Yeah,
gamer.
I tell people all the time, you got one of those K&Ns, you just go like this, a quick mist, and that's it. You don't need to go crazy.
No.
Yep. Yeah, I know a lot of people that when they oil them, they use half the bottle, and it has to drip off for like 3 weeks before it dries. You're only supposed to mist them. You're only supposed to mist them to get the pleats, red, because my Volant filter is no different than this one I showed you. That's K&N. My intake is a Volant intake. I just went and bought oilable filters from whoever had them.
Yeah.
And the the K&N filter is the same as the Volant filter. It's just a different color.
What you're talking about doing is somebody getting hair gel to do a mohawk, and instead of getting it and holding it up, they've got so much on there it falls over.
Yeah. I know a lot of people that they bring their vehicles to me, and I have to repair them because they have a cold air intake, and they filter they service their filter, and I'm like, dude, you can't service your filter and put 4 pounds of oil on it.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
You only spray it so that way it will collect the dust. Don't spray it so that way it sucks it into the engine, because the oil that you put on these filters, it could throw off mass airflow sensors. It could throw off the engine computer.
Yep.
And when you get a mass airflow sensor dirty with that filter oil, it actually destroys it. So you can end up spending $200 on a mass airflow sensor just because you don't know how much you're supposed to spray.
True. I mean, and it's got that dye and everything in there. So, as long as you see where you've got it pink, that pinkish color, back on there.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, you're good. I mean, like you said, on those K&N or any of the others. Now I do know there's some out there. K&N I know is red, but there's some out there that are blue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Volant is blue.
Yeah.
But what I did, because I have a lot of these filters. I have like 10 of these oilable filters. So Volant wants like $60 for a recharge kit. This is a recharge kit right here. They want $60 recharge kit where K&N wants $15. So I bought the K&N kit and I just recharged my blue filter with red oil. It doesn't really matter. Its whole purpose is to collect the dust.
Right. And that's all it is. And you will find those kind of air filters on a lot of your race cars that are out in the dirt. I mean, a lot of the guys that will have like your motocross bikes, they will use ones like that.
And I use them because all of my rigs are 4x4 off-road rigs.
Right.
And I use them for recovery. I use them for off-roading, going to like King of Hammers, stuff like that. So taking 4 or 5 of these filters with me on an event is better than having to stop the event to buy a filter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Because I know a lot of the guys that do like the mini bike races, it's the same kind of filter that they put on there.
And I know what Cajun's talking about because my Briggs & Stratton, you have to oil the little sponge filter with a little light coating of oil, just so that way it collects the dirt.
The micro dust,
What my dad did is he would get his shop rag, you know, the old red ones, not the ones they have out now that don't hold everything. He had one specific that every time he cleaned the engines, when he pulled the filter out and threw it in the bucket to clean it, he wiped the inside with that one rag because it had oil on it from, I think, 2 or 3 years. So he's
and most of the Briggs and Strattons, they will suck in a little bit of that oil out of the filter, and it just oils the top of the rings.
Yep. And what you're supposed to do,
helps the valves out too a little bit.
Right.
Yep.
On that Briggs air filter, if I'm not mistaken, what you're supposed to do is use like a 30 weight non-detergent oil, put some on there, and you're supposed to squeeze it to get it go through that whole sponge. And then if you got any excess, you're supposed to squeeze it out.
Yeah, you squeeze it. Yeah, you pour oil on it, and then you rub it into the filter. Then you squeeze it to get the excess oil out. It's only supposed to be oil particles on it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
you know what's funny? Bruce Pender don't use it.
The way I do it, I'll have a Ziploc bag, okay, a quart Ziploc bag, a freezer bag, heavy duty one, and we just put like a half a teaspoon, if that, of oil in a Ziploc bag. We just kind of coat the bag. Just coat the bag.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
With oil. Yep. Then we put the filter in it, close the bag, and then we knead it, like you knead bread or whatever.
Yep.
And it's like 2-3 drops of oil is perfect.
Yep.
For
That's
a
all you
classic
need.
filter, classic Briggs filter.
You can see how dirty this filter is. I'll show you guys because I took this out of Rose like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
You can see all the bee. There's a bunch of bees that got into the intake, and they got caught in the filter.
Dang. Yeah. Yep. Bee legs and all that, insect legs and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the way the intake box is set up. So the tube, I have no idea how the bees even get in because the intake tube is actually hidden behind the outer fender. So it's behind the outer fender. They have to literally get into like a crevice this big between the tire well, the cover that covers the fenders on the inside of the tire. They have to get into a crevice like a 1/4 inch thick, if that, to be able to get sucked into the tube. And then the tube runs straight to the filter, but it runs to the box. So they get trapped inside of a closed box, and the only thing they could do is land on the filter, and then when the engine's sucking in air, it literally sucks them into the filter, and then they shred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wherever
Yeah.
he is
Probably a horrible way to die.
Now, one thing I do know that a lot of people, one mistake that they do on those filters is when they go to clean them and everything, they'll take like an air hose or whatever, and they'll start blowing it all off. The biggest problem on that is they're starting on the outside. What you need to do is you need to have a wand or whatever that's curved, and you need to stick it on the inside
Yeah,
and blow
and it blows
everything
out.
from
Yeah.
the inside out.
And my recommendation for cleaning filters like this is, I've been doing it a while. I would never recommend using air because it could destroy the pleats
Yep.
on these filters. What
Right.
I do is I'll stick them in like a one of these large buckets as an example. Like I have a bucket right here. So, a 50-gallon bucket, I'll fill it with, agitate the filter. So what I do to clean these is I hold it like this underwater and I agitate it like a washing machine.
Yep.
That actually seems to be one of the best methods I've seen, because I used to use air on the inside of the filter, and I actually blew out a $90 filter within like a couple minutes.
Ouch.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Oh,
could
too
be
much
if you
pressure.
had right. That could have been if you had the air pressure up too much. Now, I'm saying do it, but make sure you got your air pressure down, because that's all you're wanting to do. After you cleaned it with whatever kind of detergent, whatever solvent that you're using to clean it with, then what you want to do is you just want to get down with maybe 20, 30 psi, get in there and just blow out whatever else is in.
Oh yeah, I didn't have the PSI very high on my compressor. It was because the filter was 15 years old.
Oh.
When you use one of these filters for 15 years and you've cleaned them 12,000 times, the cotton pleats get really, really degraded. So I always tell customers when they have them, I always tell them just agitate them. Don't use a compressor, because the premium cleaner you can get, you get a 32-ounce bottle for $11 from K&N, and that cleaner you nicely coat the filter with it, dunk it in water, and then you just agitate it. It will melt the dirt off. You don't actually have to use a compressor.
Right. But, like I said, for me, like I've seen people, I mean, we got a guy at work, and he'll pull the air filters off the air compressors at work, and I've literally seen him take it and holding the nozzle and everything, and mind you, full air pressure.
Oh, 150 plus PSI.
And he's hitting the damn thing from the outside in. And I'm going, you're ruining that filter because you're shoving all that stuff into it.
Yeah.
It's supposed to go from the inside out.
I do that for the foam filters. Like I have a vacuum sitting right here so these vacuums right here. Let me put my phone down real quick. So these vacuums, this is just one of those Shark vacuums that has a battery, but this filter right here, it's just a little foam filter.
Right.
I'll do that for this, 150 PSI, just take it outside, hold it and spray it, because it doesn't matter if you spray on the inside or the outside. The higher the pressure, the better when it comes to these filters, but these aren't made of cotton, they're made of foam. So it really just depends on which one you're using.
Antonio, you gave me an idea just now.
Did I?
When you were showing the K&N filter, and you were talking about the barrel, bucket or whatever. Do you have a honing tool, a three stone honing tool?
Yeah, I have honing tools.
Okay. You know how you can dial them and they stay locked?
Yeah.
Okay. Put the 3 hones in the base of the K&N filter, just a little bit, and then dial it where it's tight and it's hugging it real tight.
Oh, I see what you're saying. And then spin the filter inside the water.
Yeah, use your drill, dunk the filter and then turn your drill on slow. And if the honing stones hug the inside of the filter mouth, the housing tight enough.
Yeah.
And that might work. I mean, if it's
That's actually a good idea. It'll definitely save on me using the 25 muscles in my arm for like an hour.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
right. Well, now, Antonio, one thing I was thinking about, it's very similar to what Cage is saying, but find an old ice cream maker. It's got the, where you got the bucket and they got the lid with the motor up on top, where you got the
Oh, yeah.
and everything. I'm going,
Yeah.
too bad you can't find some way of getting something like that adapted to do the same thing.
yeah, you would have to find some way to get the motor attached to the filter. But that
Yep.
honing
Yeah.
three-way, 3-stone honer, because you could dial it, and
Yeah,
that
but
would
I mean,
tighten it up, expanding, tighten it up. I think that would work. I mean, it's worth a try. You
right.
know?
I don't. But the only thing is, I mean, it doesn't have to be the 3-bladed honer. You could probably come up with something that would be able where you can expand it where it would hold it. I mean, even like a muffler expanding tool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that costs a lot of money, though, an expansion
Yeah,
tool. Right?
yeah. You know what
They
I used to
also
clean mine
don't
with?
expand very much either.
You know what I used to clean mine with? My father had an old washing machine that we in the garage, and we used it to do shop rags and that. We cut the agitator down in the center of it, put it on top of the agitator, and what?
That would work.
And
It
it
does
just
the same
back
thing.
and forth, back and forth, and it.
You want to know another one?
What's
Go
that?
to Dollar General, Family Dollar, someplace. Get you a cheap hand mixer. Take one of the mixer blades, put it in the end, clip it, fasten it, zip tie it, however, and sit there and just let it run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That will save the heck out of your hand, and you can just set the button and stand there.
That's one
And
way
what I normally do is I normally let it soak in the bucket for a couple hours, and then I'll come in and I'll agitate it. Usually goes faster.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but-
after I agitate it for 10 or so minutes, I'll take it out, spray it with the cleaner again, throw it back in the bucket, and then agitate it again.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
Especially when it comes to dirt and mud. Yeah, soaking is your friend.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Well, like I said, there's several different, ways of doing it. I mean, like the old saying goes, where there's a will, there's a way. So if you've got the will, you're going to find a way of coming up with something, because that's mother-in-law invention right there.
Yeah. Well, Antonio has a dirty filter that we just saw. He has he has a 3-stone honer.
Right.
He has a cordless drill with about 1 million batteries to go on that cordless drill.
I've got like 50 cordless drills, but so the filter because I have a bunch of these filters, so I actually bought this exact filter a couple days ago. I threw the truck. One I showed you that's dirty is the one I took out, and I had a filter already being. I already oiled a filter months ago, and I just didn't want to oil another one or clean another one at the moment. So what I did is I bought these filters don't take oil. You just can rinse them and clean them. So what I did is I put that filter in, and then the empty box I put the filter that I had already oiled in here.
Oh yeah.
So that way it's ready. When I take that filter out, I can just rinse that filter. It could sit out and dry, and I can throw this one in. And then 2 days after my birthday, I went, because I like this filter so much, I went and bought another one, because now I have a bunch of oil versions, and now I have 2 that don't take oil. So the 2 that don't take oil, I can quickly rinse, and I could, if I need to, I can use a dryer of some kind and just dry it. So that way I can throw it back in if it's an emergency, So if I'm on a trail or if I'm doing an off-road event, I could quickly just take a bottle of water, clean this out. The non-oilable one, I could clean it out on the trail, and then I could leave it on the dash or something while we're driving to get all the dirt out of it and get all the water off of it, and then
Shelly, hi.
throw it back in.
Hey, Shelly. Hey, Raging.
Hey, Shelly.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the way you put that blue shop paper towel around there. That way you know that one's ready.
Yep. Yeah, I put 3 blue shop towels to encase the whole filter. That way, it's got protection because I used to just leave the filter sitting on that shelf. I didn't actually have it in a box. So I used the shop rags to make sure that if there was dust in the house, it would land on the shop rag, not on the clean filter.
Oh, okay.
And then when I bought that new filter, I threw it in that box. Now it has double protection.
Okay, cool, Randy.
Gotcha.
Yep.
I thought you had put the shop rags. Well, one reason was for dust, but the main reason was for like it's tagged, marked as, hey, I'm ready to be installed.
Yeah, the other thing is the blue shop rags also take out any excess oil that's in the filter.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I agree with that.
Yep.
Hey, Raising
Antonio,
Jaden, what's up?
I got a question for Antonio. Did you see that video I put out on that Hart riding mower?
Ouch.
I haven't watched YouTube.
I went to Walmart to pick up something, and Walmart, they've got all the Hart, battery tools and everything.
Yeah.
They've actually got, it's an 80-volt lithium-ion riding mower. I think it's a 30-inch mower deck.
Yeah.
And of course, now the batteries, they stay on board, okay? But you've got the little charging station. You plug it in. $3,700.
Cool.
That kind of sounds like the one that Ryobi came out with.
Yeah, I mean, now Ego, they've got one, but I think they're like at 56 volts, and it's got batteries that you actually have to put in there. But now but
Ryobi and Hart are basically identical. They're just a different battery.
Right.
So the Ryobi came out with before came out with theirs. Ryobi came out with a volt that took like 4 40-volt batteries. You drop it in, and it's like a 42-inch deck or something.
Yeah. Now with this Hart, the battery stays on board. You can't pull it out. The only thing you can do.
Okay.
Bigger deep cycle batteries like a trolling motor or something.
Nope.
Well,
yeah. So the Hart probably is
like a Tesla.
Yeah, so the Hart is probably the cheaper variant because when it comes to like the Ryobi, you can take the batteries off. So the Ryobis and the Ego, you can put the amp hour battery you want. So if you have a 12 amp hour, you can put 4 of those. You can put 4 amp hours or 4 5 amp hours or 4 8s. So the Hart one is probably the 3600 or whatever. It's probably the cheapest price they can make for a style like that. Where the Ego with the 12 amp hour battery kit with that mower is like almost 10 grand.
Yep.
You know, it's funny, Maynard.
Right.
My brother-in-law bought one of those Hart mowers to mow his lawn in Florida.
Oh, really?
And he's in a planned neighborhood, HOA, the kind where you can't use a certain color toilet paper unless their neighbors approve it. I'm being sarcastic because I was in there for a week and they actually looked at me like, "You're not from here, are you?" I said, "Nope, I'm a redneck." When I walked around that neighborhood,
the type of neighborhood that judges you based off the color of your grass.
Yeah.
Well, I sent her. My mother had this what was called a giant daylily, and the buds are almost 4 inches diameter. Right now they got daylilies down there, so I sent her one. Right, because you split them and they get bigger and bigger and bigger. But anyways, I sent my sister one. I took one down and we planted it. Right, and it looked just like the other daylilies until the bulbs came out. Right.
Right.
They made her dig it up because they didn't approve the bulbs, and I was there when she was digging. I was digging it up, and I was just putting it in a box to mail it back to myself. I mean, I say, screw you, and
wow.
They're like,
wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
it's just like my brother-in-law has a BMW I can't remember which model, but the model he's got, it's like $80,000 brand new. Okay. I mean, he's a doctor. He's got that kind of money. And, but because it's 5 years old now, he can't park in front of his house to go in and get lunch. And, but they,
Wow.
because it's over a certain
put
age.
it in the garage and close the door.
Yep.
For an hour and a half lunch.
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
That's
So-
ridiculous.
Yep. And,
Yeah, Shelly, we know exactly what you think of that one. I told Mater the other day.
Yeah, I know.
but his lawn ain't that big. You can imagine.
Right.
So, anyways, that Hart mower would not do his whole yard like they claimed it would. Fully
Really?
charged. Yep. He had to stop, run the extension cord out to it, and charge it for a couple hours to get the finish. And they gave him a violation for leaving it in his yard to charge.
You gotta be kidding.
No.
That's what
It's unreal.
the
That thing
homeowners
is supposed to
association
do-
or the community or just the community watch.
That's
I think
crazy.
Yeah, that thing is supposed to do what, half to 3/4 of an acre?
No,
It
it's supposed to do 1 full acre on a full complete charge, and it's only supposed to
Hi,
take
Kelly.
2 to 3 hours.
I bet you they labeled that as 1 acre on probably the slowest speed.
Probably, but
it's but my
Yeah.
but
I
my
agree.
Audi, for instance, which is 17 years old, I could not take there because it's too old.
Hey, and they're probably running on grass about this damn tall too.
Probably, yeah. It's probably
Well, it's Bermuda
probably
grass.
Bermuda, I mean, like I said, okay, so Bermuda grass, that tall.
Yeah, it's probably a shortcut depth at a slow speed. We'll do an acre.
Yeah.
But I mean, 30-inch mower deck.
I mean, it's not much bigger than a 24-inch push mower.
No, and I mean, I've got a I've got a 20-inch. I've got that Cobalt 20-inch, 24 volt, and I can get out there and I got no problem with it. All right, see you, Renegade.
I gotta go lean off the dock for a sec. I'll be back in a minute.
All right, don't fall in.
Sweetheart,
We hear a splash, we know.
sweetheart, can you read your messages, please?
On the
Don't
phone.
read it. It's a trap.
Yes. No.
All right.
She's gonna get you, Mater.
I got it. He
Yeah.
agreed to it, so okay.
No, I couldn't live in a neighborhood like that. I mean, you know, if I drove my truck down there, I don't have one vehicle other than what I got that would be allowed to be down there. My Impala, which is 7 years, my Impala is a 2015. Even that wouldn't qualify to be outside.
No.
Based off of that, I'm glad I don't live in one either because nothing in my wife's garden would be allowed.
Well, they would call it's like your Toyota. Your Toyota, you got your RAV4, whatever. To them, that's a pile of junk, and it's not allowed there.
Because I have a 40-foot garden.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh, you're talking about my Forerunners.
yeah.
Your Forerunner. Yep,
The
they're
only
too old.
way-
They're junk. They bring that. That's going to bring down my house value. How dare you bring such a pile of crap in my property?
Antonio, she could have her garden, but it would have to be in the backyard.
What about her garden?
I said she could have her garden in one of those neighborhoods. It'd have to be
Yeah.
in the backyard and not able to be seen by the street. And you would have
Yeah.
Hey, tell you something, Crystal. Even in her neighborhood, they control the backyard too. They can't.
Yeah.
My father made all of us kids when we were young and got our house, a beautiful handmade picnic table.
Ooh.
Out of black walnut wood.
And they told her she couldn't have that?
Nope. She had to get rid of it.
Oh, okay, fine. It'd be sitting
Yeah,
in
HOAs, they control pretty much everything, including what the heck's in your house. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, see, I would say that's a family heirloom. I'm not getting rid of it.
Yeah, nobody
no,
can see that from the road anyway.
Oh no. She put it in her backyard, and I've got my picnic table like that, but mine's actually in the basement because I haven't used it in a couple of years because of dealing with my father and that. So, it ain't something you want to leave outside in the wintertime, you know.
Oh no.
Right.
But in Florida, she had it out. She had it out for 6 months, and all of a sudden, her new next door neighbor saw that, and she said, "Oh, you're not allowed to have that." And she says, "It's a picnic table, and we use it. It was on the patio."
Yeah.
And
you gotta love nosy neighbors.
And
yeah, no.
When she first moved down there, I drove her car down. She had the Lincoln MKZ sedan, the wagon. When she first moved down there.
Yeah.
And I told my Toyota down there. My Toyota's been all over the place. I love my Toyota T100. It may be the base model, no air conditioning, no nothing. But like I was telling them on Twisted live stream, I towed back that BMW behind that little 2.7 liter. No one believes me. It's a 1-ton truck. And you should know that, Antonio. Those T100s came, the rear wheel drive 8-foot bed were 1-ton trucks.
Yep.
It's hard to believe.
And some of them, it paid the extra. You also got the camper for them, too.
Yep. And tell your friend, Cajun, if he would sell me those lower control arms, I would promise I would never drive those in the salt.
I'll talk to him again, see what he says.
You've seen my truck on these live streams.
Oh, yeah. It's a nice, clean truck.
I have. Yeah.
The only reason why the control arms went bad was because the factory coating wore off and they rotted. And I got one set. I ordered a used set from Texas, and they came in and they were bent, and they wouldn't, and I couldn't use them.
Oh yeah, my buddy had an issue with that too.
And I would gladly. I promise them. You could tell them. I'll send them pictures of my truck. I'll send them pictures of my undercarriage. I will gladly. I will promise. I will never drive them into snow. You can tell him that truck has never seen salt. It never will.
I'll let him know. I'll talk to him.
I mean, I know he don't want him to go on a truck that's going to beat him apart, but you could tell him I take care of my shit. I may not be like you, methodical, and sit there and rub the leather and kiss it and everything like that. No offense, but I take care of my trucks mechanically and structurally.
You haven't seen the leather in my truck. The leather in my trucks is completely destroyed.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, though. You baby your shit as much as you can.
Rose, I don't baby. It's been off-roading since we bought it, and Sky was never babied. I would put parts in Sky probably twice a week because
I don't baby that truck. I keep it clean on the outside, keep the dirt and grime off it, and I beat the crap out of it as far as miles. It just rolled 416,000 miles. I love my Toyota. Yeah. What I've tried to do is find the part so I can put air conditioning in it, which is a daunting task, by the way.
Yeah, the Sky, the one I wrecked, I jumped that truck 20 feet in the air. That truck was never babied. I broke stuff on that truck weekly. That's why I had so much content.
But if he really has the T100 2-wheel drive lower control arms in good shape, they got to be the 2-wheel drive. They are different.
Yeah. And the same with the 2-wheel drive and the 4-wheel drive on my 4Runners. They're different.
Yep, and I promise I will take care. I'll take a picture of them every year and send it to them to show them I ain't letting them rust.
I'll talk to him. I'll see if he'll let me take him from him.
The
I mean,
leather
like I
in my
said,
Jeep Liberty on the driver's seat, the stitching's starting to come apart a little bit. And before long, I need to bring it to a upholstery shop, let them re-sew it.
Wait,
If they can sew it in place, because that's a lot of labor, taking one of those electric seats out and all that, and then taking the seat off of the frame and all of that, blah, blah, blah. That's a lot of time. If they could sew it in place, that's fine. If not, it's just gonna, I ain't gonna spend $500 for somebody to sew up a little 4-inch seam.
You know what you could do now is you can actually buy cover kits for like $100, and it's just a leather. It's specifically made for your vehicle, but you just slide it over the original leather,
Yeah.
and then you just tie wrap it down or staple it under the seat, and you have a brand new cover without actually sewing anything.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I know it's
That's
dark,
another
but does
option.
that look like a typical New York truck that's 26 years old? Hell,
It's dark. We can't see.
It's too dark.
but
I saw it the other day when you went home.
I mean, there you go. There's even the chrome bumper that has no rust. That tailgate. Look at that tailgate. That tailgate's in good shape. There's no rust on it. No rot. No nothing.
There's also some specialty glue that you can get that is made for like holding leather together.
Yeah.
And then you can go to Hobby Lobby. I would go to Hobby Lobby instead of going to Walmart and get a leather needle and upholstery thread. And you can run it through yourself because the holes are already
The holes already there. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's right.
just
yeah.
They make a leather twine, just the specific twine specifically for leather,
Right.
and most of that twine's not really hard to do.
no.
My off road rig has a giant hole in the seat. It's probably, I don't know, 20 inches of the seat, just a giant hole where you can see the foam. But it's an off road rig. I only use it for events and going off roading. So, I don't really care what the seats look like.
Right.
No,
If it's in the seat and everything, who's going to see it once you're sitting down?
Well, I have a seat cover over it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but like I said, if you didn't have the seat cover over it, who's going to see it if you're sitting in it?
Most people would, because the guy I bought the truck from, when he went to King of Hammers, he ripped the seat up, and he actually took red duct tape and he duct taped it.
Been there, done that.
That's a fix all right there. Duct tape.
Yeah. You'll see it though when you're sitting in it, because it's half the seat that you're sitting in, plus all of the side bolsters completely ripped, so the side of the seat is covered in tape. You would see it.
So he did it redneck style.
Yep. Yeah, he taped all the foam and everything.
Oh.
Yeah, I had my uncle. He had an old Astro van, and he had to tape underneath where you would put a kid's car seat. It literally had about 10 layers of gray duct tape underneath the car seat, running back to front. And then when he finally got rid of the van, he kept the seat and set it on his porch. And then he wrapped the entire thing in duct tape. I looked at him. I said, "You're one crazy SOB." He goes, "Yeah, but it's too long furniture." And he agreed.
yeah. There's some. I laugh at some people. They think you got a baby cars, and it's like my uncle thinks I'm crazy to drive that truck with that many miles all the way to Ohio. And the week before I went up to Maine with it. That's too many miles on that truck.
My silver 4Runner I wrecked has over 700,000 miles on it.
No, he's saying it could break. Something that could break in it, like an alternator or something. You can have a brand new car and have the alternator die.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you do the maintenance, the proper maintenance on any vehicle, I don't care.
I use
if it's
I use
American,
Royal Purple full synthetic in it, Maynard.
Right.
That's all it's ever been in that. And that
That's what I use. That's what I use in mine.
I know, but
I
what I'm
love
saying
Royal
is,
Purple. I use Royal Purple synthetic. Change it every 7,000 miles. Change the oil filter itself every 3,000 miles, and I can go 70 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I have Royal Purple engine oil, transmission fluid, diff fluid. Everything's
Yep.
Royal Purple.
That's what I got.
As long as you keep it up and keep up with the maintenance and everything. Since Greg's in a state where there's a lot of salt and stuff on the road, check your undercarriage more often than I would down here.
I also got a pre-lubrication pump. You know what that is, don't you?
Yeah.
I pre-lube my engine before I start it. My check engine light came back on, by the way. The map sensor couldn't be mass airflow couldn't be cleaned. I bought a cheap aftermarket one. I'm going to try it. It was $59 versus $299. Which one would you try?
Yeah.
Damn, did that hurt, Marty?
Yeah.
The good thing about the aftermarket ones, though, is that, like Napa, if you get one from Napa, they cover it. It's got a lifetime warranty. So I did that on my 4Runner, my 2000 4Runner. I had to replace the MAP sensor, and Toyota wanted $400 for the MAP sensor because they only had like 4 in the entire country. And I went to Napa, got one for $70, and every 3 years it fails. I just take it back, get a new one, put a new one in it, and it's
You know
free.
what's funny? Mine's the original with 416,000, and see, that's where I want to think smart. It ain't worth putting that kind of money in something that old, in my opinion. Right. I mean, because if that motor goes, I'm gonna put a little diesel in it.
And the great thing about ones having warranties is you could just warranty it every so many years, and you never pay another dime for that $70.
Oh yeah, Napa couldn't get me. Napa can't get one for that. They said that 2.7. They said they can't get one for it. I asked.
Well, bullshit. I can go to my Napa dealer and he can get me one.
Yeah, he told me they couldn't. I asked.
Well, they must be lazy there.
Oh yeah, I just ordered through Rock Auto with a 5-year guarantee.
They want money out of you, and that's all there is to it.
Hey,
it also could be because I'm a mechanic shop and a dealer. Yeah, so it could be that I can get things that they just refuse.
Yeah. I mean, I would even be checking with AutoZone, O'Reilly's. I mean, there's
AutoZone's parts suck. Don't ever install an AutoZone part on a Toyota. Don't ever do it.
He's right. The only thing I want, Antonio, to find out, maybe you could help me. My same problem. It's common with Toyotas. My backing plates are rusting out on as well on the drum.
Oh, the backing plates, yeah. Toyota still sells the backing plates.
Yes, they do. But what kit would I buy that I could buy to convert it to disc?
Oh, okay. That would not be something that you would. I actually did this on Sky before I wrecked her. So I have a buddy in Washington State. He actually builds custom caliper setups for T100s and 4Runners, and the backing plates. He had to have backing plates custom made, and he took them off of a 2005 Mustang Cobra, and the calipers came off the Cobra, and then the brake lines were for the Cobra, and then you have to just make some copper clad brake lines to convert it from the drum to the calipers.
Well, I thought GM makes a kit that they say will bolt right on.
Not for the T100s or the 4Runners, it doesn't.
Well, it said T100 right on it. It said T100 right on it, and it's like my backing plates on the front, my dust shields in the front are rusted too. The same thing. their components on there. I'd love to find dust shields. I mean, those you can't find. They don't make them. They're like. I'm about ready to buy some aftermarket ones and modify them.
You can use 1996 Tacoma dust shield.
Yeah, but will they fit?
Yes, they'll fit. It's the same chassis design. It's just different car.
Oh, okay.
You can for the T100s, a lot of parts from the early Tacomas, the first gen Tacomas will fit.
You know what's funny? The lower control arms look the same, and I ordered one. They looked identical, but they are a different length.
Yeah, the control arms are different, but the dust shields and even the wheel bearings are the same.
Yeah, that much I found out. It's like my calipers. I bought new calipers just to have them.
Yeah,
because they're slowly disappearing.
Hi, Ariel Williams. I'm sorry I didn't see you come in.
Hey,
Ariel, that GM kit you're talking about, Briggs. I know a lot of people that have tried it, and you still had to modify it.
All right, my question, Antonio, is okay. To go from drum to disc, wouldn't you have to change out the proportioning valve also?
If you change the master cylinder, yes.
Okay.
So if for an example, like what I did on my 4Runner that I wrecked, because I changed the rear drums to calipers. When you use small calipers, you don't have to. Because in order to do that conversion on mine, I bought my buddy's kit, which came with the bracketry to mount the calipers, but his kit was only meant to mount 2004 Cobra calipers. So Cobra calipers in the rear they're only like 5 inches. They're really short.
Okay.
So the amount of brake pressure needed for those calipers is the same as the drum cylinder. So the only thing you have to do if you change the brake pressure, so say if I want more pressure to those calipers, I would have to change the booster and the master cylinder, and I have to go up to a 1-inch bore instead of a 3/4 bore. When you change the bore of the master cylinder, that's when you change the proportioning valve.
Okay. Because I know that what I've always been told was that to convert from disc, say you go from drum to disc and everything, it's basically you got to replace the master cylinder and the proportioning valve because calipers require different pressure.
No, not on some of these older Toyotas. You don't. As long as you're not using, for an example, the front calipers on these old 2000 4Runners, the front calipers are like freaking 12 inches long. They're really big calipers.
Okay.
So the 3/4 master, the 3/4 pin on the master cylinder pushes those calipers and the drums in the rear perfectly fine. But when you change from a rear brake cylinder that's only 4 inches long to a caliper that's only 5 or 6 inches, it's not changing the pressure because the caliper has to be filled with fluid before it will compress.
Right.
So, the only reason you would need to change the proportioning valve or the master cylinder is if you put like 7-inch calipers on the rear also. If you leave the front calipers at that 8-inch calipers and the rear calipers are only 5-inch calipers, you're not changing the pressure. It's the exact same pressure. Unless you decide to go bigger, then you would need to change the proportioning valve and you need to go from a 3-inch bore on your master cylinder to a 1-inch bore. 1-inch bore pushes more pressure, would allow more pressure for more caliper space.
Okay. That's what I was trying to find out.
Okay.
Yeah,
I love how there's so many different combinations.
I got a question for y'all.
Yeah.
I got a buddy of mine. The guy, went driving around last Thursday. He bought a new car. I forgot when it was, about 5 years ago. after an old lady T-boned his truck, which he did save the motor and transmission out of, because that was a specially made truck for the game warden, wildlife and fisheries. And it was kind of like a police interceptor type car deal, from the factory.
Right.
He still got the engine and transmission, but he bought a car from, with his insurance money. He got a bunch of money out of that wreck because it messed up his neck and back, which his back was already messed up.
Yeah.
Anyhow, he bought a Ford Focus. I think, yeah, Ford Focus. His TCM went out on it, and it's not under warranty. Take a guess for a used one. Okay, he can't find a new one. He went to the Ford dealership here.
What year is it?
2015 or something, 14.
It's probably somewhere around $5,000 or $6,000 for the TCM.
Well, he didn't know how much it cost because they told him it would be a 1.5 year wait.
Yeah.
The Ford dealer couldn't buy one. They said, "You see that Ford Focus over there in the lot? It's been here 9 months." He said, "Well," and he says, "We got some ordered." He says, "Well, okay, so they're gonna be in a month or two?" He's like, "No, another year wait." And he's like, "What?" So anyway, he just drove his car back to the house. It was drivable, it just wasn't shifting right and all that. It was the transmission control module. And that's where I brought him the other day. That one of the places was the junkyard to pay for the used one they found out of Florida. $358 without the tax. I think it was $370 something or.
Yes, it's always cheaper at a junkyard. Yeah.
Yeah. And so he's getting that in pretty soon, in about a week. I think his car is going to be ready. He wanted a new transmission, and they say, "Well, why you want a new transmission?" He says, "Well," they say, "Well, it's your TCM control module going out. It's not your transmission." So, okay, and then that's when they said, you got that long wait. So he he called around and got a buddy of his in Kinder that he knew when he had his radio show at his radio station in Lake Charles. At $380 with the tax for a TCM. Now, how common are those in Arizona, Antonio?
TCMs?
Yeah, for Ford Focus and all that.
Ford Focuses are pretty popular around here, but did that vehicle have rust on it?
No, not down here. No.
Okay,
there's tons of them around here.
Yeah, well, I know rust destroys the TCMs because they leave the modules out in the elements, so they get hammered with salt and stuff. I don't really replace them a lot. I do program them a lot, though.
Okay, yeah, and then he needs it
has to be programmed because it's got to be programmed to his. It's got to be programmed to his transmission and his VIN.
Right.
Or it won't work.
Correct. He mentioned that, and that was my next thing I was going to say. He spent that, and that's going to be another $200, I think, for the dealer, or the guy is going to get a programmer for it through a friend of his that works at a dealership, and he's going to.
And in order to program them, you have to have the Ford's programming software. So it's for Ford to program it for $200, it's not really that bad because around here. My programming fee is about $500.
Ooh, wow.
Wow.
But he did say 400, but the guy is going to come from the dealership and do it, off site, not at the dealership.
That's
site.
not bad, but my reason my fees are so high is because I have to pay Ford for the software every year.
Yeah,
and that software cost me $2,000 to $3,000 a year, so my fees have to be quite high.
Yeah. So he's getting a good deal is what I think.
Yeah,
Because he can
it's
actually get
$200
the
to
damn
$300.
part.
It's a good deal.
Yeah, $200 for it. Like I said, his mechanics buddy is gonna bring that to the shop, charge him 200 off site. So they making
Yeah.
$100 a piece off of it, free cash money, and the
Yeah,
dealership.
and the other reason it costs me so much for the software is because I use it for mobile. So
Right.
I most of the time do my programming either on the side of a road or at somebody's residence, or so I have to pay for the specialized software with the special computer. I have a specialized computer that's got every brand of vehicle software on it. So I could either fix Fords or Suzuki's or Mitsubishi's or Toyota. So just in software alone, a year for me to have software directly from the dealer, I'm somewhere around $15,000-$20,000 a year because I have every major company software. So Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, Buick, Toyota, Ford, Suzuki, Mitsubishi. There's a couple more.
I heard Milwaukee's got a battery shortage because this guy named Antonio buys all their batteries up.
Antonio's got a lot of batteries. Son,
I
believe
haven't
me.
bought any batteries in like 3 years, dude.
Yeah, but every time you buy a new tool, it comes with a battery.
I guarantee you, he's got 60 DeWalt batteries, different sizes.
No, he's got 70.
Yeah, I have a lot more DeWalt batteries than I have Milwaukee batteries. I only have like 9 Milwaukee batteries.
How many
You know,
Ryobi? Yeah, but how many Ryobi batteries have you got?
Don't make me spit my coffee out, dude.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Ryobi's?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I bought a battery deal for my birthday, and then I got a free tool with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's the way Neighbor does his shopping. He buys a couple of batteries and chargers
10, 11,
and
12,
gets a free
13,
tool.
14. I have 15 Ryobi batteries.
Shaka
I got a
was
phone
really
call
like
from my
you.
dealer. My truck will be here at the end of July now. My new truck, and they're itching for me to trade in my Toyota T100. They said we'll give you $1,000 for it. I said
No.
Hey, good
Really?
job.
That truck to a Toyota collector is worth $60,000-$70,000.
how much?
$60,000 to $70,000 for that T100. In the condition you have it in to a Toyota collector, you can get upwards of up to $70,000 for that little truck.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Antonio. You get me those lower control arms. I'll replace the dust shields, put the lower, and I'll make that truck look all pretty and polish it up. And I'll send you pictures. And you find me someone fool to give me $70,000, I'll give you $20,000 finder's fee.
There you go.
There you go.
I bet you I can find 3 people right now that buy that truck.
And you're one of them?
I would buy it, yeah.
I'll tell you what.
You would give me $70,000. I mean,
Any
$50,000.
person that collects Toyotas would give $70,000 for that truck. It's extinct.
I would drive it right with 416,000 miles on it.
Do you know what I got offered for my '97 4Runner with the fucking 40-inch tires with the 10-inch lift on it? I was offered $30,000 for that truck yesterday.
I think
I'll tell you what. Give me those lower control arms. I'll put it on. I'll put factory dust shields on it and put all new brakes. Finish putting all the brakes on it and that. New ball joints in that. I'll make her like brand new. That way, I got new torsion bars all ready to go on it, but I ain't doing that till I get the other stuff. I just want to do it all at once. You do that. I'll hand deliver. Hell, I'll make a road trip out of it. We'll drive it right to their door.
Coming from the man that said he would never drive to Arizona.
I would drive to Arizona for that kind of money. Hell, I would drive there and hitchhike back.
Just as long as you stay out of Texas, I don't care.
I'd drive right through Texas. I'd drive right through hell. If he gave me 70 grand, I'd drive up to your door, Maynard. Let's go. We're gonna go get a steak dinner.
For $70,000, it better be on your big rig on a trailer.
Oh, hey, I would do it that way. You damn right. You damn right. For that kind of money, shit, yeah.
Because you know what I would do with it? What I would do with it after I gave you $70,000 is I would put in a 4-liter in it.
Oh hell, you could probably sell the motor for $2 or $3 grand just the way it sits.
Yeah, I would sell the motor, perfectly good motor, and then I would put a 4-liter Toyota in it.
There you go.
Antonio, how much would you give him for it as it is right now?
As it is, what it's worth is about 70 grand.
Even without doing all the work to it?
Yeah.
I never heard of that. If I had 70 grand to spend on a truck, it wouldn't be a Toyota T100.
Hey,
Well,
I love my truck, but if
you
someone's that
don't-
crazy, I would do it.
Well, you also you don't understand how rare those trucks are. There's only like 3 or 4 of them left in the state of Arizona. They're rare.
Really?
Yeah, they're super rare. They're kind of like finding a 1970s Chevelle in mint condition. They're rare.
Oh, I got a buddy of mine's got one of them. It's 69 or 70. I forgot which one.
And those cars go the Chevelles now. If they're in mint condition, original, they go for $300,000-$400,000.
Hell, if I got a check, if I took all pictures, put on lip cook, all those pictures, and he said, hell, I'd send that thing on a flatbed trailer with I'd pay somebody to take it to you. Hell, I once I had that check in my hand and cleared, shit, I'd pay someone $5 grand to hand deliver it to you. There you go. There's your truck. Enjoy.
All right, Antonio.
I love my T100. But that kind of money, you darn right.
Okay, Antonio.
Jungle Bob Repair. What's happening, Bob?
Now, 71 numbers matching
Hey, Tank.
318 Duster.
I didn't realize she was hiding there.
Okay?
What's the condition of it?
It needs some body work and interiors. It does need work. Okay, but here's the thing. There's a guy named Galen Govier. He's known as the Chrysler Guru. Okay, he would document different vehicles. All you had to do is send him the fender tag information.
Gotcha.
Okay, now he's already got it documented in his registry as number 15 out of 38 known to exist.
What do you want?
Okay.
Goof.
I'm curious, what is that car worth? And I'll admit, yeah, it's in rough shape. I've got the motor and transmission. I've got the original motor and transmission that car came with from the factory.
How rough of shape though is the question. Is it like a rust pit?
No, it's not rust, but whoever had it before me, they tried doing some body work on it, and they did a crappy job, and they just put some Bondo over the rear quarter. So, to me, the rear quarter panels would have to get replaced.
Okay. Is it still have original paint, or is the paint faded?
It's got original paint. It's the Tor Red.
Okay.
Automatic.
It's an automatic. Okay.
But
What trans?
It's got the 8 3/4 rear end in it too.
Okay. Is it one of the older turbo trans? Automatic trans?
It's the 904.
Okay. Probably with the condition, I actually can see it, but I would say somewhere around 80 to 100 grand.
Wow.
Based off of what you're saying. If it's just got some Bondo on the rear quarter, you can replace the quarters because I get a lot of Mopar stuff from Mopar Parts. They make original parts for older cars like that in the U.S. They're USA-made parts. They make fenders and skirting, seal plates, stuff like that. Floor pans. So if all you have to do is replace one of the panels and it's the original color, yeah, you're about $100 grand if it's in
No.
recently good condition.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like this. I know it's got a split bench front seat that is column
Okay.
shift. I do have the build sheet for the car, so I do have that for it. Now, what's really funny is it's manual drum brakes all the way around.
That's kind of stock on a Duster. Yeah.
Right. But like I said, it does with the 318 and everything in it. It did come from the factory with the 8 3/4 rear end, which was standard on any of your 340 4-speed cars. Also,
Yeah. It's a standard diff.
right,
That was also a most common diff to turn into a race car and a drag car.
right. But now most of those Dusters, now mind you, this second year the car in production. So now 70 and 71, the way the side marker lights and everything are, they're inset into the fenders and quarter panel. 72, they did that somewhat, but 73 onward, all the lenses, side marker lights are set on the outside of the fender.
Yeah.
But I know 72 is a 1 year only because of the way the tail lights are.
Yeah. It's kind of like the Challengers changed the same,
Yep.
8 to 70. When you hit 70, they changed the whole design of the rear for the Challengers, and same with the Chargers. They recessed the lights, or they changed the lights and they popped them out further.
Right.
Yeah, my dad had a '73 Charger that he ordered from the factory. It took, let me see, he ordered it the year before it came out. Naturally, all the cars come out before that year anyway. You could buy them in the winter of '72. You could buy a '73.
Yeah.
Anyway, he special ordered one from the factory, and he got it in '73, I think in February or March. And oh boy, that car was a runner. Man, had that green color with that black stripe on the side.
Yeah, 73 wasn't very popular for the Charger either.
No,
well, 73, yeah, there was a lot of green ones around Louisiana.
Yeah.
Well, they weren't the popular year though. 73 was not a popular year.
No.
67 to 70 was the most popular years.
Oh yeah, like the Dukes of Hazzard Charger.
Yeah.
Well, 69.
Now, one question.
73, like I said, he custom ordered it from the factory. Had the 440 in it. Had dual exhaust from the factory. Had a 4-barrel carburetor.
Yep.
From the factory. And I mean, this car could shit and get.
Yep.
When you hit the pedal, it was gone. That's what Daddy always liked. He ordered. He got the car he wanted, and he paid cash for every car he had.
Yeah, the last Charger I had was a '69, and it was a 440 that was bored out to a 520, and it was a drag. It was my drag car until some asshole that I was drag racing against clipped me at 190, and it shoved me into the wall.
Ooh.
I got one question, Antonio. I hit a deer about 5 years ago with that truck, and the only thing I could find for the whole front end's an aftermarket. The hood and both fenders are aftermarket. The front end was the grill and the bumper and that, they're factory Toyota, as well as the headlights.
Okay.
So will that affect the value of it?
Not necessarily, because it's about the truck. It's mainly about the how the age of the vehicle and what model it is.
Not if you paint match it perfectly, because a good car dealer a good car dealer is going to see the difference in color from that fender from the door.
And especially most aftermarket bumpers and stuff for even my Forerunners, as an example, you can't tell the difference between the Toyota and the aftermarket. They all have the same stamping.
Yeah. And that's the thing about with aftermarket, they have to go off the original dies.
Yep, they have to go off the original specifications of how it was built. Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they can't just, go out there and start, okay, we're going to do, make it, oh, that's close enough. No, that ain't going to work. Because people ain't going to buy it.
Especially to be aftermarket certified, because a lot of aftermarket parts have to be certified by the dealership that made that vehicle. So
every Toyota T100 part I've seen, it said certified on it. It's weird.
Yeah, that means it was certified by Toyota that it's a correct OEM replacement.
Yep.
There's a strict standard when it comes to that. So if you buy an aftermarket part, if it has a certification on it, it means that dealership certified that company to make that part.
Wow.
So it's basically like you're buying OEM because that part was OEM spec to the aftermarket. So in order to get that certificate stating it's certified, Toyota has to say, yes, this was spec'd exactly how we would have made it, and the quality is correct. It will not get a certification if it's not quality controlled correctly.
Well, when they painted the truck, they couldn't match it. So I said, you're going to have to paint the whole truck then, because if it won't match, I didn't, I paid for insurance, so they did. They painted the whole truck. That paint job's about 5 years old, and
So the whole truck got repainted.
Yeah, they had to because they couldn't match the front end to the rest of it because it was 21 years old at the time, and it was it faded.
Faded, and it wasn't the correct shade. Yeah, so. That's not really going to hurt it because then because you can clearly state that it was not totaled or anything. It was just repainted. That doesn't hurt the value if it was repainted. It actually helps the value.
But
because back when those Toyotas were made, they were a single stage paint. Now they're no longer single stage, so the paint is actually more valuable now than it was then.
Yeah, what's funny is, so what you're telling me I bought that truck brand new for $17,000. That truck is worth 6 times almost what it was new.
Yeah, it's no different. It's no different than my '97 Forerunner out there. That Forerunner, brand new with all the limited edition features it has, was only $20,000. Now that truck was appraised 2 weeks ago. I had it appraised when I was fixing some parts on it, and the appraiser told me it's worth $50,000 as it stands.
So if before I go crazy, that's the main reason why I'm getting rid of that truck, because of no AC. So if I put an aftermarket AC in it, is that going to hurt it?
That will actually make the value go up, especially since those trucks had AC options.
Nice. Because I was going to buy vintage air.
Yeah, well, what about if he put factory AC in it? Would that change? Would that make it better than, say, an aftermarket?
What would happen if you put the original Toyota AC in it? It would actually make it more valuable. What that would do is because Briggs is a non-factory, didn't have AC, it would go from a base model to an SR5 model.
Well, it says SR5 on the steering wheel already. I mean, it's still a base model.
Yes, but SR5 base versus SR5 Sport. That was the difference.
Yeah.
So,
well, mine's what I mean. Mine's the bottom of the barrel. Mine's the cheapest T100 they made because all it's got basically is
that would be an SR5. That would be an SR5 base. So, for example, if you go put the air conditioner in it, the AC, everything in that, what you could do is you could actually go get the SR5 Sport badge, and you could put the Sport badge on it because you changed it from the base model to what the factory would have called the SR5 Sport.
So, question: if I give you my VIN, could you tell me roughly how much it would cost to buy the factory components to put AC on that thing?
Yeah, if I had the VIN, yeah, I can get the information for it. Yeah.
I'm not afraid to give you the VIN. I'll send it to. I'll tell you what. I'll send it a message on Instagram by VIN. How's that?
That's fine.
Because I would love to put AC in that truck, and believe. I mean, and that's the only reason why I ordered a new one. I ordered the double cab, and the only reason why I ordered a double cab because the double cab's the only one that that you can still get a Toyota with an 8-foot bed.
And what I would honestly do is I'd go find, if you're going across the country, you see a junkyard, stop to see if they have any of those vehicles. If they do and one has AC, I'd rip the AC out of it.
I've never found one intact.
Easier said than done, though.
But what you can do, it doesn't have to be completely intact. Those ACs come in like 6 different pieces. You can literally piece them together.
Yep.
Well, like I said, if you could maybe on your end find me the control panel or something. I found the control panel. I did find the original control panel with the AC inside. Okay.
Okay.
But I need like the compressor, the condenser. I'll buy an aftermarket condenser. I mean,
and there was one major difference. It depends on the AC too. Are you looking for the factory mechanical AC, or are you looking for the limited editions version of that truck, which had the vacuum operated climate control?
I just want when it blows cold air.
Okay, so a mechanical AC for that truck is going to be cheaper than the vacuum operated climate control system.
Okay.
Because my limited 4Runner has the climate control, where my SR5 4Runner has the mechanical, and the difference for those trucks is like $1,000. So that's, especially for an older truck like yours, it's going to be a huge difference.
Wow.
Yeah, I knew it was worth something. Some people tell me I'm crazy. I mean, someone offered to buy it for $1,000. When the dealer offered me $1,000 trade in, I said, "You're nuts."
Yeah, that's not enough.
I told the dealer that, and he says, "Why is that?" And I showed him one just like mine. It's in Pennsylvania with the rocker panels to completely toast. Mine has you've seen mine. The rocker panels are solid. The cab corners are everything are solid. They want $10,000 for that truck, rusty, and they got it. Rusty.
Yeah.
It had 490-some thousand. And believe it or not, I don't know if you know it or not, but I have 2 of those T100s. I've got one that just needs a transmission with 118,000 original miles, just like that.
I have a buddy that he lives in Washington State. He sold his 1998 4Runner a month ago. It's got significant amount of rust, and he sold it for $32,000 last week.
Damn.
They can have rust on them, and they're still worth money.
As long as the frame ain't broke.
I wonder what my Jeep
That's the great
Liberty
thing about Toyotas is the price. They always increase in value. Toyotas normally don't drop in value.
Damn.
Antonio, where would my Jeep Liberty go for in Arizona?
What year is it?
02, the first year model with that heavy duty drivetrain transmission on it.
Well, it's a Chrysler product. They're not.
Yeah.
No. If it's a Jeep Wrangler, it's worth money. If it's a Jeep Patriot, it's not. It's about $10,000. They're not worth a lot.
No, it's a Liberty, and it's a limited edition. I mean, the works, everything.
Okay. So the Liberties, yeah, they don't make the Liberties anymore. 2002, it's probably worth about $20,000.
Damn.
You know what's funny? I was going to list that truck. I was going to put new lower control arms and new dust shields on it. and then put it in our coat. Because that's one thing I do to that truck every year. I wash the fluid film off every year, and I spray it with I power wash to clean all the loose paint off it, and I reapply rusty metal primer and paint on the bottom of it every year. I've been doing that since I bought it. And I was going, and then I let that cure, and then I re-fluid film it, even though I don't drive it in the salt, because just to protect the metal. And
fluid film protects the paint too.
Yeah, exactly. But it's still, every once in a while you get loose paint, and I do. I pressure wash everything off, clean it with I use a mild detergent. I use Dawn dish soap on it. I spray it, get all the loose crap off it, and then I reapply it. And you could see the gobs of old paint on it, and I keep up on it. I mean, it's a truck. You don't care as long as there's no holes in the floor and that's what you worry about.
Right.
And I was going to list it for $10,000, which you're telling me I'd be ripping myself off.
Yeah. If that dude sold his for $10,000 and had a crap ton of rust, if yours has no rust, you can get way more than that. You could double or triple that price.
I got just a little surface rust coming over the back wheel wells, like bubbling paint. That could be fixed in a couple of days. Just sand it off, I wouldn't even put Bondo in. I'd put lead in those if there was any tiny pinholes. You know what I mean? I'd melt lead in it.
Yeah, there isn't a lot of those T100s anymore. And for an example, because Cajun asked me, those Jeep Liberties, there's 300,000-400,000 of those. The T100s, there's only like 4,000 or 5,000 left.
Damn, so I got a gold mine sitting in my driveway.
Yeah, there isn't very many left of those T100s. They were either wrecked, they were crashed, they were scrapped because they lived in a rusty state and they weren't taken care of. But the Jeep Liberties, they made hundreds of thousands of them, and the limited editions alone, doesn't really make them worth a lot other than that they're a money pit. Because anything that's a limited edition, including my 97 limited, it's got the dual climate control, and just to fix the climate control is $1,000 on mine. So when you have specialized limited editions like those Liberties, they came with climate control, they came with heated seats, they came with heated mirrors. Some of them came with the heating elements for the front headlights to stop the headlights from fogging when you were driving down the road. So it depends on the version. It depends on how many special features it has. It depends on the condition. It depends on the condition of the paint. If it's extremely faded, if it's still got its clear coat, if it depends on a lot of things. I can't. I was just giving an estimate for Cajun. $20,000 is average for those vehicles in good condition. But
mine's in excellent I got the heated seats.
Wow.
It sounds like our Town and Country. It's got everything.
The way you're talking, even with that little bubbly rust I got, mine's still worth at least 50. As long as it ain't
they're worth a lot. There isn't very many of them left. Like, for an example, in like 30 years, when that Jeep Liberty is non-existent, there's only like 100 of them on the road. That value will be quadruple.
Yeah, it's only 20 years old.
Right.
And I got receipts for everything that has been done to that Jeep. Everything. From the original owner. And
that will make the value go up. So if you ever sell it, if you give the next owner all the receipts, it's worth more to them.
Yeah, because they don't have to pay for this sensor or that sensor or whatever.
But it's more worth it because then they know it was well taken care of. And you'll get more money for a vehicle that there's proof it was well taken care of than the, like Vice Grip Garage always says, I read this, I forgot the receipts.
That's amazing.
You can say a sensor is replaced, but if you don't have the receipt, there's no proof, so it's not really worth anything extra.
Oh, yeah.
If you have the receipt, it's worth it.
On the Liberty, on my Liberty, the limited, behind the driver's seat and the passenger seat, there's a pouch, a huge, about the width, almost the width and the length of the seat. There's a pouch, kind of like on an airplane. You lift up the flap, and then your tray
Yeah.
comes down or whatever. Well, it don't have a tray, but it's Velcro. You lift that up, and that's for important paperwork or whatever, or whatever you want to use it for. Both of them are there. I have a 6 CD changer in the back on the right hand wall. There's a charging port right there, and there's a Bose system in the Jeep. I think it's Bose. The speakers are Bose. So that CD changer is back there. I can put 6 CDs in that one and one in the front in the radio.
That's kind of like the Lincoln Navigators. They come with the JBL stereo systems in them, which are the limited edition upgrade compared to the standard edition that came with like Pioneer.
I mean, we can go cross country almost, okay, with 7 CDs and not repeat a song. Drive 1,000 miles and never repeat a song with all them CDs in there.
Yeah.
All right, well, I need, okay, I gotta get this shut down because it's already after 9 o'clock, and yeah, I've got to get this window unit moved and everything. Get it brought in here. Get everything in here in the garage all shut down. Got trash tomorrow, so we got to start getting all that picked up and put out. And I got to have some dinner. I haven't had dinner yet. And get a shower, get to bed.
All right, Mater. Well, look, we'll see you later. And look, as always, love, peace, and crackling grease. Catch y'all later.
I know you guys were talking and everything.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, I had it, saying, I know you guys were talking and everything. Hey, that's what this is all about. So talk about different things. So, but anyways, I gotta get going. Yep, like I said, I gotta get going that way and get things done, get ready for work in the morning. So appreciate everybody's been here. Hopefully I can, go live, Wednesday. So everybody stay safe and God bless.